Rahim. This is Ms. Nermeen Al-Alawi, the English teacher of grade 9 at the Innovators International Academy. We are continuing with Unit 1 starting out, and in this lesson we are reading about people from the past. Now this lesson is in your student book, page 8. So open the book with me and write the notes. Let's start with the introduction paragraph. There are many people who are still famous today because of what they did or who they were. Here are three that we at Books Weekly think are some of the most famous. So the main topic in our lesson is reading about famous people. We want to know what they did in order to be famous and who they were. The first one we are going to read about is Tutankhamun. Now Tutankhamun, let's read together. Tutankhamun is one of the most famous rulers in the history, but we know very little about his life. He became famous when the English archaeologist Howard Carter discovered his secret tomb in 1922. Inside the tomb, Carter found a superb collection of valuable objects. These included the impressive mask of Tutankhamun, which is probably the most well-known object from ancient Egypt. Tutankhamun was only a boy when he became a pharaoh in ancient Egypt around 2,500 years ago. He reigned for only a few years and died very young. His death is mysterious. So Tutankhamun is one of the most famous rulers in the history, and here rulers mean the one who reign a country or hakim. So he is one of the most famous rulers in the history, but we know very little about his life. He became famous when the English archaeologist Howard Carter discovered his secret tomb in 1922. So an archaeologist mean a person who studies the graves, the buildings, and the tools of people from the past. So that archaeologist called Howard Carter in 1922, he found the tomb of Tutankhamun. Tomb means the place where dead people are put. So he discovered that tomb, Al-Qabr, and he found many things inside that tomb. One of the things that were found a superb collection of valuable objects. Superb means amazing collection or excellent collection. Of valuable objects, لا مواد أو أشياء ثمينة. These included the impressive mask of Tutankhamun. So he found many objects inside the tomb, and one of these objects was the impressive mask of Tutankhamun, and which is probably the most well-known object from ancient Egypt. Ancient means very old. So the mask of Tutankhamun was very famous, or it was actually the most famous object from ancient Egypt. Okay, let's continue reading. Tutankhamun was only a boy when he became a pharaoh in ancient Egypt. So he was only a boy. He was young when he started ruling ancient Egypt. Pharaoh بمعنى فرعون. About or around 2,500 years ago, he reigned for only a few time, and reigned here means ruled. He ruled the country for only a few years and died very young. His death is mysterious. Mysterious means غامض بمعنى it was difficult to know about or to understand or explain. So nobody knows how he died. Okay, let's take some questions about the paragraph. Let's find some nouns, verbs, and adjectives. Now, let's start with nouns. We can say that Tutankhamun is a noun, and specifically it is a proper noun. We can find, for example, the word tomb as a noun, and also boy. Example of verbs in the paragraph, we can say, for example, we have verb to be is. We have, for example, verb to found, and we have, for example, reigned. He reigned for only a few years. Let's find some adjectives. We have famous is an adjective. We can find also the adjective superb collection. So superb is an adjective that describes collection. Okay, let's answer another question. How did he become famous? How did Tutankhamun became famous? We said that he became famous only when the archaeologist Howard Carter discovered his secret tomb in 1922. What did Carter find in his tomb? He found a superb collection of valuable objects, and that included the impressive mask of Tutankhamun. What is the most well-known object from the ancient Egypt? The most well-known object from ancient Egypt is the impressive mask of Tutankhamun. When did he become the pharaoh? He became a pharaoh of ancient Egypt around 2,500 years ago when he was a young boy. Do we know anything about his death? Now, in the paragraph, we said that his death was mysterious, and that means that we don't know anything about his death. Okay, let's move to another person who is famous, and that time it is Fadwa Tuqan. Now, Fadwa Tuqan, let's read together, is one of the greatest poets of Palestine in the 20th century. Born in Nablus to a well-known wealthy family, Tuqan also carried the Jordanian nationality. Even though she was not given the opportunity to pursue her education, she still insisted on studying and was self-taught with the assistance of her brother Ibrahim Tuqan. She was considered a great figure of modern Arabic literature and received many awards, including the United Arab Emirates Award in 1990 and the Honorary Prize for Poetry in 1996. She died in 2003. So let's read some. Fadwa Tuqan is one of the greatest poets. Poets بمعنى شاعرة. So she was a poet of Palestine in the 20th century في القرن العشرين. She was born in Nablus to a well-known wealthy family. Now wealthy means they were very rich, or it is the opposite of poor. So she was born to a wealthy family. Tuqan also carried the Jordanian nationality. So she had two nationalities, the Palestinian nationality and the Jordanian nationality. Even though she was not given the opportunity to pursue her education. She was not given the opportunity means the chance. She was not given the chance to pursue her education, which means to continue her education. بمعنى أنه لم تسمح لها الفرصة أو ما كان لديها الفرصة لإكمال تعليمها. But still, she insisted on studying and was self-taught with the assistance of her brother. So, although she didn't go to the to schools or university, but still she insisted on studying and she was self-taught. Self-taught بمعنى إنه كانت متعلمة عبر نفسها بدون الدخول إلى الجامعات. So she was self-taught with the assistance. Assistance means help. With the help of her brother Tuqan. إبراهيم Tuqan. She was considered بمعنى تم اعتبارها a great figure شخصية مهمة of modern Arabic literature and received many awards بمعنى إنها حصلت على العديد من الجوائز including the United هنا إحنا بنعدد الجوائز اللي حصلت عليها the United Arab Emirates Award in 1990 and the Honorary Prize for Poetry in 1996 and she died in 2003. Let's take some questions about Fadwa Tuqan. When and where was Fadwa Tuqan born? She was born in Nablus and she died in 2003 and also she was born in the 20th century. What nationalities did she carry? She carried the Palestinian nationality and the Jordanian nationality. How did she get her education? We said that she was self-taught. And she didn't have the opportunity to pursue her education. Mention the awards she received. We said that she had many awards, including the United Arab Emirates Award and the Honorary Prize for Poetry in 1996. And that was our lesson for today, Tasa. If you have any question, I am here for you. Thank you for watching.